Yeah, no.
See,
Shut the fuck up. Nobody likes. Some people
Actually,
like me.
quite a few people like me, actually.
Can I be the vice president?
Okay.
Here, first question.
Beer.
Which one of you guys would let
No,
me
no,
be the
no.
vice president?
Smitty, you have to sit down.
Oh, my bad. Just
No. Also,
might as
Smitty,
well
it can't
sit
be-
me at the back of the bus like Rosa Parks.
Smitty, that should be a personal question to ask somebody else. The debate is for the answer. It shouldn't be based towards yourself, but I get what you're meaning.
Beard, who's your VP?
Does
I guess I don't have one
does my
determined yet.
tux look alright,
As of yet.
guys?
Yes.
Who's your
Can I
VP?
fix? Me?
Lambert, who's your VP?
Be Beard's VP.
I'm recording.
Beard, can I be your VP so I can go up there?
Yay!
I can't this yet.
All right, let's begin.
Guys, vote Lambert. Vote Lambert.
Yes, just give me a minute.
Vinny, can you check my live and see if it looks good? I'm going live on Twitch.
Oh my gosh, live on Twitch. Let's go.
LMAO _ Smitty. I think. Probably. But, like, I'm checking right now.
This is taking so long.
And then
I
it's like Smitty with 3 S. Oh my gosh! Wait. Can you hear me? Wait, this is so cool. Wait, can you not hear me?
So what is it? A Smitty. LMA.
It's
is it capital, LMAO. Capital.
Wait, so it's. Can you hear me? Oh, sorry, you guys might hear an echo. It's LMAO _ and then my Minecraft name. Hi, Lambert. I love you. Here,
I can't.
I'm gonna-
Wait, is it all capital?
No, nothing's capitalized.
We can't have a Lambert supporter giving the questions, bro. We need to have a Beard supporter give them.
It's LMAO _ and then my Minecraft. Did you get it?
It's three eyes, right?
Yeah, 3 eyes.
And then is it .co or anything? I can't find you. It says no results found. LMAO _ Smitty with 3 eyes.
Yeah, so it's here. Here, I'll type it. Yeah, 3 eyes. I love you, Lambert. I love you, Lambert. Yeah, so it's called oh, it's Smitty _ LMAO.
Oh my gosh.
Beard, do you agree I should announce the questions and not have dirty Lambert supporter?
I don't know. Do whatever you want.
We can't have a dirty
Can you see
Lambert
it?
supporter giving the questions.
Last time it was a Beard supporter, so this seems fair.
Wait,
Yeah, but what
can you
about
see it?
Stanley Ireland?
Or no?
Oh my gosh, yo, this live looks so cool, yo.
Well, I'm an Olivia supporter. Then can I come up there?
No.
For today only, I'm an Olivia supporter.
Bet. All right, we
Wait.
gotta have all the voices included too. We gotta have voices. Yeah, I can see it. I don't know if everybody else's voice is included.
I can't see it because I'm on my phone.
All right, are we ready, Vinny?
Wait,
No,
Vinny,
not yet.
or not Vinny. Lambert, are you watching the stream?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching the stream.
Oh, cool. Does it look good on like your part? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it
get
looks-
one.
It'd be nice if like it didn't have the Gollycraft stats or whatever the position, but you know.
If you guys want to
Yeah.
like follow me, you can.
Bro, I just
Give
want
me like 3 minutes and I'll be ready.
bro, we also like 3 minutes, like 25 ago. Oh, they have school
So I
tomorrow.
gotta fix this.
I'm gonna have to go, I think. I don't want. I want to have sleep.
Just go. It's fine.
You just have to stay, bro. You have to stay, bro.
Bro, I want to give like one question, but it's gonna take way too damn long.
Yes.
Yes.
Give me a
And
minute.
I'm live
Give me a minute.
streaming.
Hey, Smitty, am I in a good position?
It's okay. Stigmon, right?
Don't mention players. Do you mean we have to use their actual names? Like, if we say Beard, like, can we say Beard?
You guys say Kilmar.
Okay. Okay. Can I start?
You have to call me Augustus Gloop.
Well, I'm
we can't, we can't say Vinny and Tag. We can only say like.
Wait, Vinny, you record?
Me?
Give me a minute.
My
Oh,
stream.
is that how you're gonna record?
Oh.
Give me a minute. I'm trying to fix my thing real quick. I'm trying to remove the stuff.
Smitty,
It's
Here, I'll put it in
Smitty.
chat.
It's
Smitty, how much money
Smitty
you vote for Beard?
_LMAO.
Billie Jean.
Can I get a mic check for all the contestants?
Yes, mic text. Billie Jean.
hello.
Hello.
Big man.
Hello?
Big man.
Epstein.
Lambert called me the N-word.
Did he witness?
Hello?
Lambert jerked it.
Augie's a sexist.
You're right.
Okay, are we almost ready? Or
I need to remove my scoreboard for a second.
It's in our preview just as Augustus Gloop. I'm Augustus Gloop now.
okay, we almost ready? Here, I'm gonna turn off the stream. So you guys know. No, I'm like it's streaming on my phone. I just don't want you guys to hear an echo.
Big man. Beard said he can take 4 big left men and grab them on his thighs.
Damn, Beard.
Comment.
Beard's on the Epstein files.
I've heard of 5 guys, but not that.
4 big guys grabbing my thighs, pulling like that's the 4th of July. I can't say the rest of the song was get timed out on Discord.
I doubt it's crazy.
Oh, it's 11:30. I'm getting like edge. We were supposed to start the debate like 20 minutes ago. I don't want to leave until I like answered like 2 questions, so I can say I was here.
Bruh.
Either they're edging me.
Sorry.
Maybe
My
put your
thing's
sword away.
being
Maybe
weird.
put your sword away. You look like you're about to murder someone.
Oh, now it's working. Okay, cool. Okay.
Hey, friends.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
I like the one.
Fine.
And then you
Jesus.
gotta do this. You gotta be doing this.
Yes, just start
Gotta be doing all
We're going
of
crazy. They're beating on the other candidates.
No. Alright, that was unprofessional. I'm sorry about that. Alright, let's begin.
Scoreboard, Vinny.
We can start?
I need to
Oh
remove
my
the scoreboard.
God.
gotta
You
remove
give a
it.
countdown
Yeah.
for when to
Stream.
start.
I need to remove the scoreboard. You gotta remove it.
Bro,
I'm on
Just press
Java. I can't do
F1.
that.
Do F1.
I'm going to sleep. Fuck this. Lambert's a bitch. Beard's gonna win by a landslide.
Damn.
After he fucks those big black oily men in Africa.
Augie aggressive, bro. Augie
You
aggressive.
said the N-word to me. You called me the N-word, so I don't care.
You
It's worse.
you messaged saying I was.
And where's your
You messaged-
screenshot? Show me the screenshot.
I'll send it to you.
Bet.
It doesn't do anything.
You're right, gaming. It doesn't do anything.
Six, seven.
I think we should get an I Heart Debate shirt.
Yes, we need to get
No,
those.
you should get an I Heart Beard humping Lambert. So he
Oh my
loses.
gosh, Smitty, you can help me make and sell merch.
Oh heck yeah!
Lambert support hats and shirts and t-shirts. We can get.
Or I gotta get
posters
off.
and
I'm really
stuff.
tired. I have school tomorrow.
All right.
I'll do this.
We'll see ya.
Let me remove the scoreboard.
But you guys, this was the worst time possible. Why are you doing this in like the one school night in like the past 2 weeks?
Playing Fire Raven.
Bro,
Give a countdown when it's ready.
we don't need a fire even debate. What is Fire Raven contributing? Name a single person that's voting for Fire Raven.
Vinny.
Name someone with better ideas than me.
Vinny's
Name,
voting for him.
name a person outside of Vinny who is voting for Fire Raven.
Give people the opportunity to hear my thoughts.
Exactly.
No, we're fascists. We don't allow that.
Fascist is crazy. The fascist group, bro. We're
All
the
hail the
fascist.
fear.
Heck no!
Beard warrior.
What?
What's going on with Augie? Why is
Get off,
Augie?
of course.
Where is Augie?
I
Guys,
left
look
the
what
game to
Augie's
leave him.
doing. Guys, look what Augie's doing. Guys, look at Augie.
I left the fucking game. I was like going to sleep in like a minute.
You're literally swimming.
What?
Look, guys. Beard, look at Augie.
Can I walk around? Or
All right, bye, bitches. Beard.
we started? We started? Ooh,
My stream is again. What the hell?
countdown.
Do it. If my stream would work, what the hell?
You gotta start with an
How much
intro,
time do we
like,
get
hey,
per question?
like 5 minutes or 30 seconds, I don't know.
Okay.
But Smitty, you should start with an intro, like say like, hey,
yeah, I have an intro.
all right, okay, perfect.
That's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
How do you guys feel about this as the intro? Welcome, citizens of Stickmon and Stickmon cities, to tonight's presidential debate. Our candidates will discuss their plans for the economy, city growth, laws, and the future of Stickmon. Each candidate will have the chance to respond. How do you feel about that?
That sounds awesome. I know we need to go worldwide. This
Oh,
is like,
okay.
I thought Stickmon was a nation.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
well,
too.
it is.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
so
why we're doing.
welcome, citizens of Stickmon and Stickmon's nation.
Stigmon and surrounding states.
Are they states?
Okay, okay.
Stickmon's
And
states.
Stickmon.
Stickmon and states. Epic.
My stream might crash, so that's the issue.
Okay. Welcome, citizens of Stickmon and Stickmon surrounding states. Oh. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, guys, and we
don't
can't just
have
be
any
standing
armor.
still too. We should like slowly be moving around.
Oh, you're telling ants, not me. Okay. He's holding out the thing.
Yeah, it's lagging.
All right. Remember, guys.
Wait, 1 second.
Should we
Okay,
move our
let's go.
heads to, like just for a second?
Welcome, citizens of Stickmon and Stickmon surrounding states, to tonight's presidential debate. Our candidates will discuss their future plans for the economy, city growth, laws, and the future of the nation. Each candidate will have a chance to respond. Why should the citizens of Stickmon and the surrounding states vote for you as president? Starting Lambert fam.
Thank you, Smitty. Yeah, I think I should be voted in as president. I have a lot of ideas that could benefit the city, such as a way to implement more business growth, and to keep all of the abandoned back in the market, to allow people who want to start small business buy them. I also believe that I have a lot of other systems, like job systems and police forces, government systems. But overall, I think the biggest thing that we need right now is more systems, and we need to implement.
I can redo the intro if that would.
It's done, yeah.
Can I mention admins, or how should I refer to that?
Should I introduce Olivia?
Elizabeth, get her out of here, dude. Get her out of here. Why We're ignoring one of the candidates.
And Olivia.
Can you put me? Can you put? Okay. Yeah. So should I just be like, tonight we have Beard Warrior 93 900? Like, how should I introduce them? Okay. And should I just say we have these people, and then should I say why? Okay, wait. I think I got it. I'm gonna say. Okay.
Alright.
I can just open Discord. Should I like redo like the actual intro or just? Okay. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome, citizens of Stickmon and Stickmon surrounding states, to tonight's presidential debate. Our candidates will discuss their plans for the economy, city growth, laws, and the future of the nation. Each candidate will have a chance to respond. Tonight we have Hayden Killer, Sam C. McFarland, and Jackson Damn it, I forgot the last name. My bad, guys.
It's literally
Tyler.
Lambert.
Or wait. I had to open it up, and Lambert didn't have like his real name as
just
like
write
the
him down.
actual thing. Yeah. Okay, so
Hayden Killmeyer.
I have Hayden Killmeyer. Can you guys all type something in chat just so I can check that?
Just leave out my middle initial.
Okay, my bad. I like just opened it up and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I should have it now. Start from the top. I took a screenshot. Oh, you're adding it onto the document? Oh, thank you.
Come on.
Oh, I put Killer, Hayden Killer.
Killmeyer.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, thank you.
Also, dude, what's our time frame? Should we go into detail thoughts and like? Okay, so just say just the main statement.
Yes.
Okay. Am I good to start? Okay. Welcome, citizens of Stigmon and their surrounding states, to tonight's presidential debate. Our candidates will discuss their plans for the economy, city growth, laws, and the future of the nation. Each candidate will have a chance to respond. Introducing tonight's candidates, Hayden Killmeyer, Sam McFarland, and Jackson Lambert. Starting Jackson Lambert, why should the citizens of Stigmon vote for you as president?
Yes, thank you, Smitty. Yeah, I think the citizens should vote for me as the president because I have lots of great ideas and systems that will benefit the city a lot. Not only overriding the current systems and just making it funner for people, but growing the active player base and like just making it funner, the experience for everybody that wants to play the city, and make it easier for small businesses to grow and to thrive in the city of Stigmon and any other cities.
That was a really good response, Jackson.
Thank you.
Why should the citizens of Stigmon vote for you as president, Sam McFarland?
Why should I be voted for? Because Stigmon really doesn't need any. It needs foundations that. Right now, our world's running off of grinding and guesswork. And if you're on enough and you're working hard and you figured out the systems, you're fine. But for everyone else, especially our new citizens, there's no clear path for upward mobility. There's no structure and there's no way to grow and gain some wealth as a citizen beyond farming, mining, or. And that's not an economy, that's stagnation. And that's going to limit our economy as a nation. What I'm offering is simple and principle, an economy where money has real value, businesses can grow, and jobs are going to exist beyond just grinding out and doing what everyone else is doing. A player can rise on merit and not just how much they're doing. And you're going to hear words throughout the night, stuff like banking or markets, and it's going to sound whatever, but it's going to be better for our citizens.
That's a really good response, Sam. Hayden Killmeyer, why should the citizens of Stigmon vote for you as president?
5 years. 5 years I have experience living in the city. I own a business in South Stigmon, a very successful one, and I have lived amongst the people for a very long time.
Interesting.
Yeah, sorry.
Lambert, Jackson. How will your presidency? My bad.
Yeah, my controller died mid sentence. That pissed me off.
I was
Alright,
like
I thought he,
wavy, and
I
I was
thought he,
like,
I thought he actually didn't have a response. I was like, dang.
So are we
Response for what?
restarting?
Okay. Should I introduce him or
Yeah, introduce me again, and then we'll do it.
countdown? Hayden Kilmeyer. Why should the citizens of Stigmon vote for U.S. president?
5 years. 5 years I've lived amongst the citizens of South Sigmund. I own a highly successful business, and I'm well known amongst people. I know exactly what they want and what they need. That's it.
Very interesting. Jackson Lambert. How will your presidency directly benefit the country and the individual cities of Stigmon?
Sorry, could you restate the question, please?
How will your presidency directly benefit Stigmon and their surrounding states?
Yeah, so me as a president, like I've stated before, making the systems. Right now, we currently do not have a police force or a fire department, and there's a lot of jobs and a lot of different systems that we don't have that could not only provide more fun gameplay for everybody, but it would ultimately just allow people to make businesses, because the current systems that it is now, properties are not moving, they're just being bought and then abandoned. And the way my system will work, the economy will flow better, allowing people, it'll make it funner for the economy. Allow people to use their ideas and not just have to work a 9-to-5 job at the local Cluck and Hen because they don't know what to do.
Well, follow-up question. How will the long-time citizens benefit? For example, if let's say Sam, he hasn't played in like couple months, but somehow his business looks abandoned, and you somehow fix it up and resell the business, what would happen to him?
Currently, in the way that would work is, since it is a active business, the way that would work, he would get probably violations if it's becoming an eyesore or it's violating any of the current property violations. And over a certain period of time, 2 to 3 months, probably, it would probably get taken from him, probably seized, and probably reposted on the market. But obviously, it didn't take him that long to come back. But now that he is, and his business is currently still open and now is thriving again.
Sam McFarland. How will your presidency directly benefit the Stigmon and her surrounding states?
So when people ask how my presidency is going to benefit this country, the honest answer is pretty simple. I'm just focused on building foundations that are going to pay dividends after I'm done with my presidency. Right now, Stigmon works, but it works very narrowly. All of our citizens grind hard, they early or they edge and they do well. Others don't. Most never get past farming, mining, or selling the same goods that everyone else does. And it's not a lack of effort, it's more just a lack of structure. My presidency benefits the country in 3 concrete ways. So first is going to be a stronger, more stable economy. Right now, we don't know what our currency is. Prices are arbitrary for our citizens. Money comes from nowhere, and the value is based on guesswork. I want to fix that, not with any price controls, not with any heavy rules. Using a central banking framework, banks owned by actual citizens, and other systems to stabilize the economy so that money actually means something. When money has meaning, people invest in businesses, they trade, and they build instead of hoarding their wealth or exploiting others. Secondly, more ways for people to make money in our country. It's not about paperwork. I'd like to implement systems that would help citizens gain more. citizens would get instead is an opportunity. Banks that can loan money so businesses grow. Jobs beyond grinding. Bankers, builders, investors, accountants. A future stock market that lets players earn without even playing, on dividends they receive. That's how wealth will spread naturally amongst us through opportunity, not handouts. And thirdly, long-term, in-depth, that's going to keep their country running. Simple systems can burn out fast, and everyone here knows that. People stick around for worlds with the depth and the progression and meaning that we have, that we're trying to build. By expanding our economy and the education infrastructure, building up our roads, highlighting trade routes and schools, we give players reasons to stay, citizens reasons to stay, specialize, and build a legacy within game, within the world, within our citizens, within our country. And I'll be clear about this. I'm not guessing at any of what I've said. I study finance. I study economics. I know how these systems work, and more importantly, how to simplify them so that they're fun and easy for all of our citizens. I've been working with the administration currently on legal and economic frameworks to support this. It's not a promise. It's already in motion. I'm not running because I want power or say. I want to do it because I think our structure. And when it's done, I'll happily step away.
So, Sam, do you think this would just benefit the new players or the long-term citizens too?
Oh, I mean, it's going to benefit our new citizens and our other citizens, our older citizens, because now these people who have wealth, like Sam or Lambert or other folks who've been in our country for a long time, they're now going to have this avenue to invest in small businesses or make more money or have more properties. I mean, one of the biggest things we've talked about, Lambert touched on it, is we have a lot of dead property. I mean, dead property is one of the things that plagues our server. And if we can fix that through maybe small implementations as, property taxes per se, right? It sounds like a scary word, but it's really not. All you do is you keep it super small, honestly, just so that our citizens actually are in which we live in, so that we can actually have a economy that is robust and interactive, players can move about. So that's one of the ways I can think of that. Like Lambert with his new business, Wild Sam, will be able to invest in his and receive dividends based on that. Thank you.
That's very nice to hear, Sam. Hayden, how will your presidency directly benefit Stickmon and her surrounding states?
So, Larry went over a little bit, and a big problem right now in South Stickmon is land hoarding. And I believe taxes would be a wonderful thing to bring to this. I also believe that we should promptly remove properties that have inactive residents that no longer have use of it. Hold up, that's my bad.
Hayden, would you like to start from the beginning?
Yeah, start from the beginning.
Okay. Hayden, how will your presidency directly benefit Stickmon and her surrounding states? And also, how will your... Sorry, I was trying something now. Hayden, how will your presidency directly benefit Stickmon and her surrounding states? And how will your plans keep the country active and growing?
So Fire Raven kind of touched on it. Major problem in South Stickmon right now is the hoarding of land, and I believe taxes will prevent that from happening further, and also that taxes will eventually lead to properties being removed from inactive and returned to the government, and being properly sold to people and citizens who would actually use said properties. Now, the taxes gained from this revenue would be would be moved towards judges, which have currently no pay right now at all, which is insane. That would encourage cases to move forward, as there is a huge backlog of cases right now. Also, there is a lot of destruction in the city from prior terrorism acts. And using that money, I want to create government loans for new citizens of the service to fulfill and hopefully repair the city, and also put a little bit of money back into the pockets of the people. I also want to enact mayors as well. I want government elected mayors to better control taxes and laws within certain cities, wherever they may be. That's all.
Well, that's very interesting, Hayden. Mr. Lambert, what have you already done to benefit Stigma in your surrounding states?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
Mr. Lambert, what have you already done to benefit Stickmon and her surrounding states?
Benefit in which way?
Like stuff for the community. Have you taken any action in helping new players? Have you, for example,
Yeah.
maybe taken down old abandoned buildings?
Yes, I've currently made a membership a mentorship that I do every day. I get at least one new person that's never played before, and I will walk through jobs for kind of give them give them a full 4 hours of my attention, so they can thrive inside the country. And I've also been doing my job as a citizen to buy out. I've been trying to help with the whole property management issue, with like buying abandoned properties, and then I'll fix them up, make them look really nice, and then sell them to small business owners that want to open their own businesses, or just, people who want properties or houses like that. And I've also been supporting the smaller businesses like the Golden Dragon or Crispy Creeper, some of the newer businesses that are trying to start up by, buying their products, or, helping them build inside, interior wise, just stuff like that. But yeah, I've been trying to build a connection with each and every citizen and try to help out with small business I can. Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Sam, what have you already done to benefit Stickmon and her surrounding states?
Yes, sir. That's actually the reason I'm standing here tonight. I've already been doing a lot of work. First, I've been in this game. I've been in this world. I've been in this country since its inception. I did go on a hiatus for a while seeking education so that I'm able to come back and help more. But what I've helped do is build a legal foundation, one that we're standing on right now. Served as an attorney in this nation, I've prosecuted and defended cases. I've advised players on contracts and property disputes and business dealings. And I've tried to help formalize how courts and arbitration and legal precedent work within our country. Now, these aren't things that aren't going to make headlines, but it created some order underlying. Secondly, I've been working with our administration currently for economic reform. Long before this election, not just in theory, but in practice, we've drafted business registration frameworks, banking rules, accounting and reporting standards, discussed actual systems and infrastructures needed to make this economy work without micromanagement. And I have also been working on building trade routes and ways that we can allow citizens and our businesses to have price benchmarks. A project that I've recently been working on is a commodity exchange, working with bare basic materials provide to our business owners that they can trade at a fair price and for ease without having to go to 5 different people to get those things. And they can have it at one central exchange, and they can actually see a visible price, no more guessing, and it's done by demand and supply and demand.
Oh,
Fourthly,
sorry. That sounds like very helpful. Are you done
Yeah.
or
Yeah, no, I'm done. That's fine.
okay? Mr. Hayden, what have you already done to benefit Stickmon and your surrounding states?
So yes, I've given tours to new citizens. I've helped them on their feet. I sell food for cheap. Anybody to purchase. I currently also own a construction business, helping build up the world and South Sigma as a whole.
Oh, is he done or is he cutting?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, sorry, I can't tell whether you're cutting in and out.
Right.
Well, all of your guys' responses sound very interesting. Now on to economy and jobs. Mr. Lambert, what is your plan to strengthen the country's economy?
I think to strengthen the economy, we need to figure out how to deal with all of the monopolies and all the systems for items right now, because for the past couple weeks or months, there's been a massive monopoly for various rare items, and just there's been lots of problems with the monies. People have been able to glitch and, money launder and stuff like that. So we need to figure out how we can make that. We just need to figure out how to make the economy better, right? There's we need to just figure out how to. There's lots of different options. There's a lot of different paths we could take on fixing the economy. I think the best way is to learn from the citizens and just do the best that we can to make that work.
Well, have you done anything to strengthen Stickmon's economy yet?
Yeah, I've been trying to provide jobs and providing different sources of incomes like loans, and just trying to stop monopolies by dividing out different stuff like certain items. I run a local resale business, and we just try to do the best to divide out that kind of rare structure, but it's lots of I can't do much as a citizen, but I always try to do my best to help with that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sam, what is your plan to strengthen the country's economy?
Yeah, so right now our economy functions, but it doesn't grow. Our money comes out of nowhere. All of our prices. I mean, you can go to one shop and a block of dirt is this, and a block of dirt is this. I mean, it's not feasible to actually work business that way. The only reliable way to get ahead is grinding longer than everyone else or already being rich. I mean, that's not a healthy economy. That's going to be stagnation with winners and losers in from the start. My plan is very simple in principle. Make money mean something and make it easier for our citizens. And it starts with these three foundations. First, we need stability. We need a finite, trackable money supply so that value actually exists within our country. That means a central monetary framework, no price controls, but to stop the chaos. When our citizens know what money is and what items are worth, and they can see these things, trade increases and investment becomes possible. Second is expand through automation. Our citizens are worried about paperwork, and the truth is opposite. Systems can do most of this work. Banking, shop transactions, interest and reporting. Players and citizens will not fill these out. They play. The automation is necessary because it's the same infrastructure that our stock markets and businesses can rely on to raise capital and grow. And then the thirdly would be our opportunity. Strong economy isn't just farming, mining. Banks, insurers, investors, contractors, builders, these are jobs. Jobs significantly lacking. When players can access this credit, these investments, employment and money move instead of sitting in vaults of these wealthy individuals. Lambert talked about monopolies. these avenues in which I'm talking about allows for these players to distribute that wealth to other citizens who are going to therefore make money, grow their own businesses while being advantageous to our other players. And why it would make them money is because it doesn't punish success, it's going to multiply it. Big players still win by being smart, but now they can invest and they don't just hoard what they have. New players are going to have ladders like jobs, wages, loans, and ownership paths. Right now, wealth pools at our top, and we want it circulating because money circulating makes everyone richer. And I'm the only candidate who's been working with our current administration to design systems that would actually work with these backgrounds of finance and economics. I know what works, and I know what's going to break, and I'm trying to figure out how to simplify it for our citizens.
That's very interesting, Sam. Hayden, what is your plan to strengthen the country's economy?
So right now, honestly, I believe our economy is in a pretty strong spot. However, there is a huge influx of items coming in that are illegal, should not be here. I believe we need a huge crackdown on as they are destroying business as we speak. Now, I want judges on my side. I want police force on my side. I want to knock these guys out of the park. They gotta prison times have to increase for these kind of actions. And honestly, any player with items needs to be investigated to an. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Next topic, Mr. Lambert.
One sec, bathroom break.
Oh.
Well, you take a break, Vinny. How much does he owe you?
Wait, no, shut up, all you guys. I'm offering the contestants a 5-minute break, so you're welcome to go get water, maybe get a snack, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. 4 minutes now.
This is bullshit.
This is a televised thing.
It's commercial.
Did anyone see like what I said about the shadow government? I thought it was pretty. Oh, commercial break. Okay, I'll do that.
Doesn't North Korea have like commercials
Certified
like,
yapper.
or whatever? What's the commercial?
Okay, wait, where is it getting recorded from? Is it Gaming Ants? Is he just recording his POV?
Yeah. Okay, we were talking
Can I get Vinny, you give me a spyglass? I just want to like zoom in on the candidate when they're talking.
No, because we're recording you, I can see that.
Ant, please. I would love it if I had a. Oh my gosh, do I actually get it?
Yeah, you take some raw chicken.
I'll give you fried chicken if you want to feel black.
Yeah.
I thought a really cool running joke would be to pan to Olivia, ask her the question, and then she just says nothing for like 20 seconds, and then you go, "Thank you, Olivia."
Guys, a little fried chicken break.
Wait, Vinny,
Olivia's not real, so she gets fake.
did you like the fact that Olivia's moving?
Okay.
You didn't see the head move?
She's like turning her head around.
She's been slowly moving. Alright, everyone, back to their podiums. And
I like how Augie's over there swimming over there.
Cameraman, he's gonna do that.
Everyone, bro, I'm gonna kill you, Lambert.
What?
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are back, guys. Lambert is back from wherever he went, and we'll continue with the debate. Lambert, how do you feel about the taxes in the government?
Well, currently, the only tax system I've used was the gambling blackjack system, which I believe is a really bad problem because the way I think taxes, they should have been chosen more carefully, because when you add one tax to something and not to other things, it just kind of messes up the whole system. I believe we should implement a tax system that helps out the economy. For example, the taxes would, property taxes, right? When someone owns a property, they get taxed on it. And if they don't pay the taxes, it piles up. So if you're not going to do something with your property, or you're going to abandon it, you're not going to want to have it anymore, either forcing you to sell it or to try to make profit or do something off of it, which then encourages them not to stay abandoned, and also moves it out, because if, once the taxes pile up, then they just get seized and then they're resold, put back on the market, resold, eBay, whatever. But yeah, that helps the flow of the market, helps just the economy overall too, and it also kind of evens out the entire market too for certain like foods and materials too as well. And those funds collected from the taxes would also be put into direct funds to help repair buildings and build new buildings and just, help out the economy. So all the taxes aren't just going to random people who have roles in the government. They're actually going back into funds that go to benefit the server, whether it's repairing buildings or it's building new buildings or it's just helping out the server. I mean, country. Thank you.
Well, that was a very good thing. Sam, do you support taxes? If so, how will they work?
So I'm not anti-tax and I'm not pro-tax for the sake of it. Pro-functioning government. So right now we don't really have any taxes in we have money appearing from nowhere and disappearing from nowhere. That's not freedom, and that's not a free market. It's just noise. In a real economy, in a healthy economy, taxes serve one purpose: to fund our shared systems and allow for everyone to make more money. So roads, travel, infrastructure, school, public services, economic stability doesn't appear magically. Someone's got to pay for the other. So the important part here is I'm not in favor of arbitrary taxation on our citizens for just existing. I'm not interested in nickeling and diming folks who are grinding out. What I support is targeted, minimal, and very transparent taxation, primarily on business activity, profit not effort, and systems that already generate for the economy. Why? Because this money is going to get recycled back into the
Really?
funding development, contracts, jobs, infrastructure that all these citizens are going to earn more than they paid in. And this is where people get worried about it. Paperwork or bureaucracy, the fear of it being misplaced. And the reality is that the systems that I plan to implement, our citizens won't be worried about this. They won't be calculating percentages or any of this jazz. The system is already going to be able to do this. And we're just going to be using that information intelligently and doing what needs to be done for our country. And that automation is what's going to be necessary. It's going to be the same foundation that everything else in this country will work on. The stock markets, the investments, where businesses want to raise capital, investors need to know what companies are doing. You need a clean and reliable data, not red tape. And that's how wealth is going to scale. Without this structure, our big players hoard their wealth. Players never see a dime of it again, and new citizens have no path upward. The economy is going to stagnate. So with this, businesses can grow faster, jobs expand, things around the city get fixed. Capital moves instead of sitting idle. As for the government, I really don't believe in a big intrusive government. Beard mentioned something earlier that I love, and it's the mayors. I'm a firm believer in someone from the big town isn't going to be able to tell you Essex. They don't know what Essex needs, so I like that. I'm not big from big government. I believe in competent ones. A government that understands that systems that they're managing sets them up correctly and then gets out of the way and lets the economy move. My goal isn't to rule the economy, it's to build a foundation, make it stable, make it fair for our citizens, and let them thrive on their own terms without government or Uncle Sam reaching in their pocket. And that's how you create real freedom, a real market. Not pretending systems don't exist, but by building them well and letting our citizens use them.
Well, that was long. Hayden, what will tax money be used for in Stakemon and her surrounding states?
So yeah, taxes I believe are fantastic. I know a lot of citizens are currently a little scared of the word, but it's for the best, right? Taxes are going to be used to fund judges to help move cases along as they have taxes would also go along to producing contracts for construction workers and newer citizens to help fix up and repair the city. That'd be all.
Well, okay. Lambert, how do you feel about the enforcement Stakemon has in place in punishments?
I think the enforcements are really bad. For example, if you murder somebody, you get about approximately 5 minutes in jail. I feel like that's very bad because somebody could really just wait for 5 minutes and then cause the same crime again. If, recently the terrorist attacks by Luke, he was allowed bail, which I do not think that should have happened. Terrorist is a very major crime that, including my own. And I just think that it should be different. I think you should serve actual sentences. I think the biggest problem here is the courts are not happening, and that's why they aren't getting sentences. So I think taxes will help move those court cases along, like Beard stated. Thank you.
Interesting. Hayden, what punishments do you think should exist for breaking laws?
Absolutely, more jail time. It seems like criminals are coming out too soon. They're not getting enough. It's like a slap on the wrist. It's not enough punishment. I believe more punishment for those guilty of said crimes. Also, a lot of the criminals are just not being persecuted at all, with judges not pursuing cases. I want to. That'd be all.
Oh. Sam. Yeah.
So
how will you prevent abuse of power?
So define abuse of power in what context? Are we talking about citizens committing crimes, or
how will you just prevent the abuse of people making unfair laws and the punishments you get?
Oh, in reality, we just need good checks and balances and transparency. In reality, I believe that we have some great judges already in the game, in our world, in our country, and if they are able to serve as that basis of foundation on law, and then we use our mayors almost as our legislative body that would be representatives from each state, creating that checks and balances to work with the leaders at bay at the moment to make them work together. And so that none of them have anything over the... Now, when it comes to laws in terms of crime, I think enforcement should be realistic and proportional and focused on what's actually going to matter in our country. If we're being honest, murder and all of these things happen a lot. Damages are negligible, and most people keep the money. So treating it as something that doesn't make sense, it needs to make the player, the citizen, better. So in my view, we should not over-criminalize our citizens for interacting. What that does, strict enforcement, all it's going to do is drive people away. We want people to interact with our economy and with our world. So I think, honestly, tying a lot of these things, instead of heavy-handed policing, I believe economic enforcement or even access to certain things would help drive.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, Sam, but that is all the time we have. We are going to take a commercial break, and we will be back very soon.
You steal my ideas,
bro. Great.
Can we replace Sam with another Olivia? I wouldn't mind.
No, my arcade save is full. Vinny! Vinny!
Suck my dick, dude. Like, I'm sitting here doing a good thing.
Standing still.
We're cutting Sam to 20 seconds. Hey, all
I'm
you
sorry, I was
need
under the
is 20
impression
seconds.
we had like a minute and a half.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. I
Keep
may
it
have
short and
missed
sweet. Keep it short and sweet, Lambert.
Okay, Beard.
Lambert kind of pushes it, but it's like a perfect amount.
Fantastic.
You don't see me though. You don't see me though. So I can say, wait, Vinny,
Vinny,
I
you
can
blur
say whatever
that,
I
you
want,
can blur that.
right?
You can blur
Vinny,
that.
Vinny,
You can blur
can I
that.
say whatever I want though? Oh,
I said shut you up. There's a grand total of like 4 audience members.
And then we're not moving. We're like statues. We need to move. We need to move more.
Like nobody showed up. Nobody showed up.
You
Look at that one
well,
guy.
we have a
like,
commercial
look at
break,
these
so
guys.
yeah, we have a bit of.
Raven, I disagree because if people don't have punishment, then they don't continue to do the same bad actions.
I didn't say no
Okay,
punishment. I said
now we're
putting people in
gonna
prison
hey
limits
guys,
availability.
now we are
I'm gonna
gonna
snack on some-
move
I'm gonna
into
snack on some
the
of yours
debate
today.
topic. We are moving
No.
into the debate
No.
topic. Two people
questions
are
we
gonna
got?
share. Two people are gonna share a
We got
question,
3.
and you guys have to fight over. Yeah, Beard, you're against. Actually, we'll just. No, Sam's gonna lose anyways. Yeah, Beard, you can go
Okay.
against Olivia.
Hey, why is the
Actually-
moderator voting against me already? Why is the moderator negligent?
What is Augie doing? Is he AFK?
I'm not a moderator though, Sam. So
Is that
that's just
actually Augie or is it like a?
You are exactly a
bot?
moderator. That is what you're doing.
I got props on the camera too.
Oh my gosh, he's a cameraman.
sorry, Sam. You just talked too long, and I'm like low-key kind of tired.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm trying to give good responses to the questions you
I
asked.
feel like Raven, you're just talking to be talking. You're not making any valid points. You're like floating around some like idea of what a better server would be without actually giving it like examples of what you would do.
Wait,
You're just
also
kinda, like,
Sam,
spouting out
aren't
stuff.
you like never on the server?
No, I'm on late at night just because I have to work and do school.
I'm
I'm in college
seen you
and I
late
work.
I
at
was
night.
up like all night. I never saw you last night.
Well, I'm
Because
sorry,
Okay,
my
well,
grandma passed away this
we'll be
week and I
moving on
wasn't
to our
online.
last topic. We will be
Good
moving on
God
to our
bless.
last topic.
So sick and tired of this,
Beard, did you hear him? You have no empathy. He said his grandma died. You have zero empathy.
bro. I don't get how like his like real life has anything to do with Minecraft. Minecraft, completely separate.
Because I'm not gonna get the fuck on when my grandma died.
Okay,
this week.
then,
You have
okay,
zero
it's fine.
empathy, dude.
I'm
This is
sorry,
terrible.
dude. Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Okay, can everyone take a seat?
Beard, bro.
Can everyone
LD.
take a seat? The commercial break is over. Thank you.
LB, shut up.
Uh, okay. 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome. We are back from our commercial break, and we'll be moving on to the rapid fire questions. Each candidate will be able to ask one other candidate one question, and
Yeah.
they have to debate about it. Starting off, Mr. Lambert. Make sure to answer briefly, and you may start.
You would like me to ask a question to debate?
Yeah, you can ask any one of their candidates.
Okay. Hayden, I would like to ask for your systems on how the taxes will work. Please elaborate more. Please elaborate more on that.
So they're going to be based off of size of property, but
Mhm.
I will give a lot of discretion towards mayors.
So
based on-
first,
So
special.
let's say for Dexter example, right? Dexter property values, property taxes are going to be a lot lower than South Stigmon, considering most of the population, poor population anyways, was in Dexter. But of course, it'll be up to the mayors. I'll give them that ability to change that.
Yes, and the taxes. So they where do they go? Like, what are they being put into?
Yep. So one for paying judges because they require it. Why would they do cases if not getting paid? Right? What's the right? But if we pay them per case, then move stuff along. Also, I want to make government contracts to give to players that maybe have certain stipulations requiring that they hire so many people or so many new players or new citizens, say, to help them along with that, and then they'll get that money for it. That'll the economy help spread the money around.
Okay, perfect. And other than the taxes, how do you think we can move the? How do you think we can move the properties around? Oh, I'm so sorry. How do you think we can move the properties around?
So yeah, actually you were saying earlier, with property taxes, if you have accumulated and you don't have it off, it'll simply go back to the state. Also, I believe that after elected, I'll have so many months given in advance for all the citizens of South Stigmon and Dexter, saying that, hey, if you have a property, you need to register with the government, and if not, it goes back to us. So it might be sold to an actual citizen that might be using.
Perfect.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Sam, answer or ask one question to one of your fellow candidates and make sure to answer briefly.
Okay. I'm going to open this up to both of these candidates, actually, just for
we can only do one.
response.
So,
Dang.
Okay.
gotta
Well-
choose one.
Flip a coin. Lambert, what do you think is the biggest problem that we're facing in our economy? What do you think the citizens are struggling with as a new citizen?
Luke.
I think the biggest struggle is what is there to come back to? What is the enjoyment of playing the server after I've done the same repetitive job over and over? How am I supposed to grow a business without having, how am I supposed to have a business without, all of them are bought up, right? You got to go to all the way to another section of the city just to get a property. There's plenty of properties open. They're just, not available because, and that's why this tax system and this property would move. I think implementing better job systems. I have lots of job ideas. They're not repetitive. There's different things to do for the jobs, and just the more variety of the jobs, the more variety there is for the people. I think there's just limited jobs that are continuously repetitive, which is why people do the jobs for an hour and maybe quit and never join it back. There needs to be how do I put this? Not repetitiveness. There needs to be a fluctuancy of just uniqueness. Just different. Differentially. You know what I mean?
Well said.
Okay. Mr. Hayden.
Yeah, this one we're
May
going to Sam McFarland.
ask one candidate one question. Make sure that they answer briefly.
Yeah, so Sam McFarland, do you have any concrete plans you want to implement as soon as you become president, or if?
Oh, yeah, of course. The one thing I'm working on currently, background of it, is to implement this commodity exchange and also have a central banking system in order to back up our current. Currently, it's too arbitrary, and I think having that finite supply in order to work with it is going to give players with that commodity exchange and the central bank working in tandem, they're going to be able to give players price benchmarks for everything, for their dollar, and for every base item.
You said you wanted something to back. Sorry to cut you off, but you said you wanted something to back the economy. What do you plan on having backed?
Truthfully, a finite supply. I mean, right now, money is coming into counterfeit money is coming into our economy left and right. I mean, for instance, you have players who get fined and it puts them into debt, but that money goes somewhere, and we have nowhere and no clue where it is. That is the truth. So that's the thing, to be able to have that transparency and to have that backed by something we can physically see. We know how much money is in our economy at any given point in time, which we don't right now. We don't. And money comes in and out too frequently.
If I may ask more specifically,
No.
specifically what do you specifically plan to back the economy? That was the original question. What do you have planned?
Well, we already have something that is backing the economy, but it doesn't do anything.
What?
Gold. In truth, what gives something value is scarcity. And when we don't have scarcity, when we don't have a finite supply, what we have right now is infinite. So why is it valuable? Creating a finite supply of something already implies and makes something valuable. So if we're able to use, say, that gold standard that we already have, but actually limit our money supply to actually stay within the confines of that, then that's going to work. I noticed that we have $8 million in our when I was last looking. So going with that, with the gold, we standardize that. However, the money in the world fluctuates too frequently. I mean, we had $1 million lawsuit on a player, on a citizen a couple weeks ago, and he was put into debt. But that money got paid out to the government. And that was $1 million that entered our economy right there through that. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by when
Sorry wait. Sorry to interrupt you. But
no, I was done.
What would you?
I was done.
Sorry. What would you do if, let's say, someone rich as Wild Sam he's a millionaire? So what would you do if he isn't joining the server? What would you do with his money?
So when we talk about that as well, when we have, obviously the systems I'm trying to implement are going to allow people to have a citizen-run bank. Currently, right now, what we have is a government-run bank who is failing to keep track of our currency supply, failing to keep it to our gold standard that we already have in place, and players are not keeping up with their money. So when we're talking about, and we have this citizen-run bank, then what he's going to do is the deposits he's made after a defined period of time, let's say 1 year after a citizen doesn't interact and get into the country, maybe his assets can be reclaimed. Or maybe it's a slow dribble. So maybe, like, say, after 1 year, half is taken away due to circumstances in life that he can't control. Don't take away everything. I mean, it's an idea that's living, and we can approach with an administration around me and around y'all look into these ideas. Because they're issues. And so taxes work that way, but also the depositors. If that money just dies, then that's a way to come back in.
Thank you.
Follow up?
Okay. We are done with the debate questions. Would any of you candidates, any of you guys like to ask, or would you guys like to have one final statement and explain why your leadership is the best for the future of Stickmon and her surrounding states? Starting with Lambert.
Yes, I think I would be a better candidate because I've been building my systems for the past month or so. I have lots of different... My systems have variations, kinds of systems inside of the systems, but I am ready to implement systems as soon as I become president, meaning as soon as I become president, we will for sure have stuff continuously flowing as soon. So we can have stuff, we can have properties, stuff will be implemented, and it will overall just help the server a ton. Thank you.
I assume I'm next. Yes.
Sorry,
Voting
sorry.
Pardon?
I said sorry, my headphones died.
You were fine. Thank you. So if you're asking why to vote for me, it's because I'm here to just serve the people. And even if you don't vote for me, I hope to serve in some aspect, or I have the knowledge to implement the foundations for citizens to actually have the ability to do anything that they want. And I want to streamline that with my presidency. That is what I aim to do, is be able to streamline all the systems that I have in my mind and work with other players, other citizens, administrators. Hopefully these people will be a part of my cabinet and serve in some type of way. That is what I would want. I want to work together with the greatest minds and the strongest minds to build Stickmon a better future.
Well, now, Hayden, do you have a final statement?
I do. I think I am the by far most experienced candidate. I have the most concrete ideas about what we should do if I am elected, and I have worked closely with the citizens of South Stickmon here by far. That'd be all.
Well, it was nice hearing all of your debates, candidates.
Yes, thank you. I had a very good time.
I believe that all of you are very qualified to be president, and I wish you well.
You
That
too,
was
Smitty.
the debate.
So is that a cut?
Cut. Yeah, I think it's cut. Dude, that was cancer. But all right. The sound effects. I'm done, dude. The clapping.
Right, now time to steal all of the takes and
Oh
presents.
yeah, no, that bastard.
Yum 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 yum.
Yeah, honestly, Sam McFarlane. If you want my biggest critique is it doesn't sound like you have any concrete ideas about what you want to.
No, I have a fuck ton of concrete ideas. I just don't have enough time to explain them.
Well, I mean, like for once, I asked, like you were talking about like a currency being backed up by something, right? Some material, something
Yes,
rare.
Smitty, we gotta
Right.
invest in diamonds.
I asked you twice, and you couldn't answer me. Like, what material were you gonna back it up with?
We already have a. No, what I'm saying is our currency exists in the infinite, and there's nothing there. That is what I'm saying. I'm not
my
saying it's
question
not
was,
backed.
well, it isn't backed by
It's
anything.
already backed. It's got a gold. It's got a gold standard behind it. It's on our
No, it
website.
doesn't. Gold is not
Well,
the standard anymore.
It is
Anyway,
the official. Well, it's the official thing on the website. I'm going based off of what our website and our content says, and that's gold.
well, at the same time, you gotta think like actually like in game wise, our money like actually backed by anything? Because yeah, of course the website says that, but is it actually backed by it? No, not at all.
I've talked with Vinny about it, and he says he's tried to maintain it, but
It's people like
money
saying-
enters the money enters
It's
the
just
economy
gold's too
through
easy to get.
Well,
Because
it's
see, the original system, it should have